It is a Monday, so that means we got to start off the second hour with HardRight, HardLeft. Excuse me. Yeah. It's Monday, so we got to start off the second hour with HardRight, HardLeft. What we got the most right, what we got the most wrong. And it's, a real man admits when he's wrong, and he brags when he's right. So here we go. Starting with what we got wrong, and I alluded to this in the first hour of the show. I tweeted out, Chiefs are going to lose 3 straight. I was wrong. I thought Bills, Broncos, Colts. I haven't been super high on this Chiefs team, and I wanted to put my takes where my mouth is and go, hey, I think they're going to lose all 3 of these games. They lost to the Bills. Obviously, that game, the Bills game was, the Bills beat them every year in the regular season, not in the playoff. And it just felt like, okay, I still think that's going to continue. The Bills just find a way to get up for that game in a way that is really unique. It doesn't matter where it's at. Obviously, it was in Buffalo. But so I was like, I felt confident Bills are going to get that. I've been saying the Denver game was a little more fan pick / I had to be more confident in because the reality, even though Patrick Mahomes has not played statistically great against the Denver Broncos, he was 13-1 heading into that game. And I said, hey, I thought the Broncos were going to be a 13-win team, and in order to do that, you got to win these kind of games. And Denver did exactly that. Bo played great from start to finish. The defense was amazing, as expected, and they beat Kansas City. So, fantastic job there, right? Now, the other part here is which we needed part 3 to go down yesterday. And unfortunately, it didn't. So the Colts dominate that game, the first 3 quarters. And they let Kansas City do what Kansas City has done. And Kansas City, the more you look at them, and I should have included this in the first hour segment, but it's been really good. Dynasties, if they truly end, usually are unbeatable, feel invincible, dominant team. And then you don't really, then you see them slow down a little bit, but then they always get one at the end that you don't expect. The Spurs did this. That 2014 Spurs championship was like the last bit of that Spurs greatness. No one expected them to get it. They were still obviously a really good team, but it was like, oh, wow, you guys came back and beat LeBron and the Heat again. Okay. The Warriors did this the year they beat the Celtics 22. It was like that last bit of, again, the Warriors are still relevant. As long as Steph is there, they will be still a good team on some nights. But that was like the last of their pulling out title hopes. And it's still, because of that run, Draymond still thinks he can talk certain ways. Like, you get that last one that just squeeze everything out of. And not that the Chiefs won't be able to retool into potentially another dynasty because you have Mahomes. And as long as you have Mahomes, you're going to feel like you got a chance. But again, Chris Jones, Travis Kelce being this long into their career and they're no longer the same players. Like, this form of it at least feels like it has definitely died down. And is last year actually the year where they got that 15-1 record, or 15 and it was basically 15-1. It ended up being 15-2 because they didn't play week 17. But that last stretch, was that the last bit of let's pull everything out of this and see what we can do? Because that's what yesterday felt like. Yesterday was this Chiefs team as currently constructed. What they can do is they can hang in games close, not get blown out. And then Mahomes, does he have it for another fourth quarter? And that's how this team has to win. They just got to have it. And against the Colts, Daniel Jones wasn't it. Daniel Jones wasn't it. Like, just objectively, he wasn't it, man. He could not compete in the fourth quarter. He was not able to make the big time throws. He was not able to, when you need to be bigger than the scheme, when you need to be bigger than just a coach getting guys open, when you need to be You need to be the guy who can make throws. We need to be the guy who was able to put the ball where you need to be, get the offense. Again, they had an early turnover, which kind of gifted the Colts a touchdown. They were up 20-9. The Chiefs just fumbled the ball. And, excuse me, the Colts just couldn't figure it out. Just could not figure it out. And so, congrats to the Chiefs. They won the game. And that's how this version of them have to play. I thought they were going to lose 3 straight. Josh Allen helped me out. Bo Nixon, the Broncos defense helped me out. The Colts, who are now going to be unfortunately put on, like Broncos basically avoided fraud watch, or they got themselves off of fraud watch with that win. The Colts are now, unfortunately, until their next big win against a big-time playoff team, are going to be on quote-unquote fraud watch. Fair or unfair, that's how this goes. Oh, man, I got something in my eye. So, the Colts couldn't do it. I thought the Chiefs were going to lose 3 in a row. I would have come in here and bragged and said all this stuff, and I was ready to celebrate. You have no idea how much I want to dance on the Chiefs' grave. But I can't do it yet. Can't do it. I'd love to. Trust me. Would really, really love to. But I can't do it yet. So, HardLeft for this week is, I was wrong. I thought the Chiefs were losing 3 straight. I was wrong. Objectively, no way around it. They did not lose 3 straight games. Now, if the Cowboys beat them on Thursday night, all right, let me stop. Moving over to HardRight. Matthew Stafford is a top 5 quarterback. When I said this, I got ridiculed, laughed at, told how dumb I was, and told I don't know ball. Primarily from people on this network. Where we stand now, tell me where you got Matthew Stafford ranked. Who's better than him? He's objectively playing, and I think these guys are still better, but he's objectively playing better than Mahomes, top 1, Allen, top 2, by multiple standards. I want to make sure I'm not hypocritical here. I have my quarterback rankings. I had Lamar over Allen, but I think the consensus is Allen's better than Lamar. I don't believe that, but that's probably the consensus. He's playing better than Lamar, who's obviously dealing with some injuries right now and is not nearly as explosive and elusive as he normally is. Burrow's hurt again. Jalen Hurts, who got a lot of love for that top 5 spot after the Super Bowl run. Yesterday, he played really good, but blew a 21-point lead, and the offense just has not looked competent all season, so can we give him a top 5 spot? A lot of people put Jaden Daniels in that top 5 spot after his rookie year. There's people who put CJ Stroud in his top 5 spot after his rookie year. Like, the reality is, I got a lot of crap for it, but Stafford's one of the 5 best quarterbacks in football, and right now, I think he's closer to 3 or 4. It's hard to crack that top 3 because they're all theoretically in their prime. And because Lamar's got multiple MVPs and Josh Allen has an MVP and Mahomes' resume is out of this world, it's hard to say he's in there. But if you said today, Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford, and this is what I got a lot of crap for, I think he's better than Joe Burrow. He just is. 30 touchdowns, 2 picks. He is guiding at any given Sunday, the best offense in football. Like, this looks like, and understand stylistically, what Brady looked like from 2013 to 2018. Where a guy who just had such absurd mastery of the position. There wasn't a defense you could throw at him that he didn't understand. He knew where everybody was supposed to be. He had mastered an offense. And so it didn't matter. Obviously, Stafford hasn't won at the rate Brady has, so I'm not trying to make that comparison. But just a guy who has mastered playing quarterback. Truly, just a guy who has mastered playing quarterback. That guy currently is Matthew Stafford. He sees everything. He knows where to go. Whether you're blitzing him, you're playing zone. He can take any defense. He's thrown 5 touchdowns in the game this season. Yesterday, and Baker is a borderline top 10, maybe in a lot of people's top 10. It didn't look close. Stafford looked like the way better player. The Rams are the way better offense. Stafford is just mastered the position of quarterback. There's nothing you can throw at him that he hasn't seen. And he's a top 5 guy. This is why I had so much confidence. The Rams are my Super Bowl pick for the NFC. And the Rams are not just, and that's with, go look at, and again, he has played, like one of the knocks on Stafford has been he's receiver dependent. Puka missed time earlier this season. Stafford didn't miss a beat. Davante Adams, yes. Does he look great right now? Yes. Did he look great? Does anybody still saying Davante Adams is him after Oakland? Or I keep calling him Oakland. After Vegas, I will get that right one day, I promise. People thought Davante Adams lost a step. Now, the reality is Vegas is just a dumpster fire, and they're right there with the New York teams as far as you get away from them, you get away from Vegas, from New York, your life gets better. It just is what it is. And so, when you have these, and when you are identifying, he's played without Puka, he's played without Davante, with Puka, without Puka, some offensive line injuries, different guys on defense. Like, he has just mastered the position in a way that, what do you do to him? You try to hurry him up. He knows how to beat you quick. Do you play coverage? He knows how to beat that. He just has a mastery of the position and the level he's playing at right now. Not only is he the MVP frontrunner, it means I was justified because it's not like the Rams have done some huge overhaul since I've said this. Yes, they got Davante Adams, but again, Davante was not considered what he is, how he's playing right now is not the level people thought he could still play at. A lot of this is Stafford. And does he have a great head coach in Sean McVay? Obviously. But who doesn't have a great head coach? That's at the top of the, this is kind of I don't want to say they're bad coaches, but this is kind of what does make Lamar and Josh Allen so unique, is that it feels like out of all the guys who have great offensive head coaches, and Zach Taylor can run an offense, or call an offense. His defense is all-time horrible in the trash in Cincinnati, but Zach Taylor can call an offense. He had Joe Flacco throwing multiple 400-yard games at 59 years old. The great quarterbacks generally have a great offensive coordinator. Mahomes, Reed, Stafford has McVay. That's just the reality of the situation. The greats have great offensive coordinators. Lamar and Josh Allen are kind of weird and unique that Josh obviously has a defensive head coach, and his defense isn't playing well, and he still is able to go out there and give you some of these superhuman efforts. And Lamar has a former special teams coach who, again, Tony's wanted to fire on multiple occasions. So, yes, he's got a great offensive head coach. But the reality is they're just a great team. And Stafford is a great player and a top 5 quarterback, and he's been a top 5 quarterback. So, HardLeft. Thought the Chiefs were going to go 0-3. HardRight, Stafford, my top 5 vindication. It feels good after last night. I mean, if you want to be a part of one of the coolest, most unique communities, don't forget to like and subscribe.